So we've shown a few videos about how to separate the glass, so I'm just going to show you what we do with this little machine. So we've separated the glass, give it a little wipe off to remove most of the residue of the glue, so we're just left with the LCD and the touchscreen that are bonded together. This little box, line your flex cables up. There you go. Right, so flex cables are lined up, give it a little bit of power. So the first screen that you'll see, TP OK, so that's touch panel OK, so that means it's passed the touch test on the digitizer. It then runs through a series of colours and a graphic to have a look at the actual LCD quality as well, and at any point you can pause it and actually get right here and have a little look and see if you've got any dead pixels or anything like that, and unpause it, and again it goes round and round, and this will be able to see if you've done any damage or if the LCD is good or bad based on the colours and the graphic. So sometimes you'll see lines if you damage the flex cable, you can see dead pixels, especially on a solid colour, quite easy to identify a dead pixel. And then so once we've done that, turn it off, disconnect the flexes, and that then goes in the pile ready to have a secondary cleaning, and then have a new glass touch panel, not touch panel, sorry, just the glass to be using local glue to be stuck on, and then put a new frame on it, and that is pretty much a new screen ready to go. So again, I've shown you in another video how to strip them down, and then we give them a clean, then we go through a testing phase. So again, touch panel OK, and then go through the series of different colours and graphics to make sure the LCD is okay, and then that's ready to be made up into a new iPhone 4 or 4S screen. Because the only difference between the 4 and the 4S is the actual frame that goes around it. The actual connections for the LCD and the touch and the actual screens themselves are completely identical, so that it's only just actually. So I'll show you another one. So yeah, on the iPhone 4 like this, it's just where these parts are on the frame are in a slightly different place on the 4S. That's the only difference between the two. So we buy in different frames, and then so we can make them all up just with black and white glasses, and then they're generic stock then for 4 or 4S black or white, so 4 variants, and then whichever one we need we can just pop on a different frame, and that will be suitable for the job that we're going to be doing. So again, all these ones that we've done are testing absolutely fine, and don't seem to have any issue with them at all, which is always good, because every now and then during the stripping process, you know, when you're taking the glass off and cleaning it, you'll put a little crack somewhere or do a little bit of damage, and sometimes it's hard to see. This box is invaluable really, because we used to use like an iPhone 4, a phone that we had that was possibly barred or a fault with the motherboard on it, and what we used to do is actually plug it into the main board and just turn it on as normal. But what we found was the actual board, iPhone 4 board, doesn't really support having hundreds of screens plugged in and out of it, and it kills the board rather quickly. So these little machines have interchangeable parts. They're quite easy to swap out if you kill one of these little boards. They run off a little battery inside, charges on a micro USB port, and yeah, it's got a few other little bits you can test as well. I think it's like our iPhone 5 speakers. And this one actually is a multi-purpose machine. We have separate flex cables that plug into here that allow you to test a 5C, 5S and 5. If I can find... So yeah, they come with these little flexes. So they plug into here, and then it's got a different little board on the end. This one's an iPhone 5, but then you've got one for a 5C and a 5S as well. So we can test all different screens just running through this little single machine. Pretty handy. Alright, thanks very much.